Your economists are one of the last ones out to hold for a 50 basis point rate cut from the Fed when it meets on Wednesday. Are you sticking with that?
Yeah, we're still sticking with the 50 basis point call, but it is a debate, internally within the broader marketplace. But honestly, I think the market is more focused on the growth story than whether it's 25 or 50 basis points. And I think that, the sense is, the recession risk, it could be out there later in 2025 in the second half of the year, but it's not imminent right now. So when I talk to investors, 25 versus 50 isn't so much the debate, but really just how does the U.S. growth story look?
Yeah. But so why are you so confident on, I guess, this jumbo rate cut, and does it actually make a difference on growth?
Well, I think they have the scope to make this rate cut right now. And right now you are seeing all of the signs pointing to doing more would actually probably send the right signal. When you look at the labor market conditions, that the upside pressures on inflation are waning right now, and that when you actually just look at just how restrictive policy is, there's a scope to do 50 right now. But I don't think there's consensus yet. Yeah. So it could still be 25.
So do you think the Fed is actually behind the curve? Because I think you're expecting 50 September and then 25 in December.
I think there is a debate that the Fed is behind the curve, but I'm not as worried about the labor market as some, because the household surveys are not showing that there's a lot of consumer demand is still there, and there's not a lot of job shedding that's going on. So I think that debate is going on. It's whether the Fed's tone, no matter what, I think is going to be relatively dovish.
But so you're expecting actually 50 September, 50 November, and then 25 in December.
Yeah, so no, we're calling that it is a cycle, but I think there's more concerns on looking into 2025, and that's in part because of the election results. Can you really have inflation come down further, given some of the policy proposals that are under discussion?